Claudio is an electrician who lights up Christine's life when he's home.
I feel like a single parent.
Christine is a dental hygienist who deserves a plaque.
I just worked all day. I'm doing the dinner. Now I'm doing the dishes. Something wrong with this picture when you're lying on the couch.
She's juggling a job, a 2-year-old, a teenager, and this he-man who's stuck in the past.
My mom did all the cleaning, the laundry. I don't do none of that.
But how will this modern woman and this medieval man fare when a new baby causes a power outage?
It's going to be a challenge with the two of them.
Yeah, you'll adapt.
When it comes to parenting 2-year-old Ashley and teenage son Paul, Christine and Claudio are in different time zones. Hers is Eastern Standard, his is 1950. Will the arrival of baby Matthew bring Claudio into this century? Our panel of birthdays experts will be watching closely over the next 6 weeks. Relationship guru and woman about town, Josie Vogels. Supermom with a watchful eye, Kathy Buckworth. And the man who's always psyched and ready to go, Dr. Irvin Wolkoff. It's 8 p.m. and Claudio, a.k.a. Mr. Overtime, is finally home.
Well, we've been married, what, 2.5 years?
2.5 years we've been married.
But we've been together about 10.
I have a 22-month-old baby. Her name is Ashley.
We have a son, but that's my son from my first marriage, and he is 15.
Yeah, when I found out my mom was gonna have a baby, I was pretty surprised. I thought, like, Ashley was the final child.
We definitely weren't planning this one, but we're happy about it now. Okay. Contractions are coming really bad now.
Are they
Claudio is so old school, he uses an abacus, and it doesn't look like he's coming around anytime soon.
Not yet.
My mom did all the cleaning, the laundry. I don't do none of that.
No, we're not going to hospital yet, because there's no point. I'll know when I'm ready.
Claudio may have his watch set to 1950, but his alarm clock gets him up very early.
My upbringing, it's to work. Like my mom is, as an example, when my dad would work, it didn't matter if he worked 20 hours, 30 hours, because my mom knew he's the provider and working. I sense that sometimes my wife doesn't seem to understand that.
Christine is a dental hygienist and does everything at home, but to get Claudio to recognize that is like pulling teeth.
Even when he is home and he does interact with our daughter, let's say, like, you know, if I'm making dinner and he plays with her a little bit, if he's tired, he's right to the couch. And then she's pulling on my leg, and it's like, hey, you know what? I just worked all day. I'm doing the dinner. Now I'm doing the dishes. Something wrong with this picture when you're lying on the couch. I'm very excited about bringing another baby in, but at the same time, nervous that it's going to be a lot of work.
It's too easy to see him as a male chauvinist pig. The guy is the son of an Italian mama. He would have learned that a man's role is to go out and work, and a woman's role is to work during the day around the house. And that's the
division
universe.
of labor, and that's
Yes.
the way it works. And I don't see him as a male chauvinist pig. I see him
Good.
as a traditionalist.
She came into the relationship, which she did with a 5-year-old. She took responsibility for him probably because he's hers. So when then they had the first child together, she carried on that role of primary caregiver. And we've met Claudio. We know he wouldn't have a problem with that, with her taking on the role of the primary caregiver, and it's turned into that sort of a pattern now.
Yeah.
She does think to shake things up a little bit.
Yeah,
She's stuck in this rut of, and I have to do everything.
Yeah.
And
And
it's
he's not going to change unless he has to.
Exactly.
It's the little one. Welcome home.
Okay, you know what?
What?
Even after 14 hours of labor in the hospital, Christine can't break the must labor at home habit.
Like there's something I should be doing.
No, you should be just relaxing right now.
But with a new baby in the house,
Relax.
duty calls.
Oh, whoa.
Here, go change it.
And here's Claudio's chance to step right into it. Will he or won't he?
So let's go change. You gonna change?
No. I have yet to change diapers.
My husband definitely has a problem with diapers. It's not that he's just, I'm a man, you're a woman, don't do diapers. Oh no, there's some good stuff in there.
I'm just one of these dads that can't stand the stench.
He tends to gag.
Here, I'm gonna
go get the
run.
Vaseline
I'm
quick,
gonna run.
as soon as I change him, I can't have him sitting
Before
here.
you're gonna have to clean up two
'Cause
messes, not
I
one.
gotta leave the diaper on. But you know what I heard? Men will actually deliberately mess things up so they don't have to do it again.
So Claudio won't change a diaper, but he has no problem skinning a wascally wabbit, or a partridge, or a bear, or a fox. Be very, very quiet.
Some people like going camping and stuff like that, but I prefer to go out with a gun in my hand with friends and just explore.
When it seems like it goes on weekend after weekend, it's kind of like, well, what's wrong with me? If it's not the hunting, then it's the working overtime or working a Saturday or a side job. So it's like, okay, hello.
Work.
What's with the gag reflex? And the guy can skin animals, shoot them in cold blood. He has to change a little poo, and he's beside himself.
I do have the gag reflex. I understand what that is, but it's a little bit like giving up a little too quickly. If you're really devoted to your partner, you're going to put a little more effort into getting over it.
I thought it was an interesting comment that she just made about what's wrong with me. I'm not thinking there's a lot wrong with Christine. What's wrong with Claudio, and why is he taking more of an interest in being with his family?
But it's interesting that she would take it as what's wrong with me, because that speaks to me of a woman who doesn't have the confidence to say, okay, it's got nothing to do with anything wrong with me. I'm a person we're spending time with. It's like, okay, buddy, I work. I need some time for myself. I need you to step up to the plate.
So she needs to have something where she just can't say, you have to be here because I'm suffering. She should say, you need to be here because I'm going out.
1 week after the birth, and Christine is on her own with baby Matthew, 2-year-old Ashley, and her teenage son, Paul.
It's going to be a little bit challenging raising a teenager and raising a toddler. You're going through two different types of things in life.
I'll be 30 years old by the time he's my age, right?
You're going to worry about them no matter what. As soon as they leave that door, you worry about them. There's times where you're not sleeping at night because you're so worried about your teenage son. I mean, he's at the age now where he's almost 16, and he's out, and he has a curfew, of course, but I do allow him to stay over at friends. He may say, I'm going to the movies, but is he really going to the movies? I'd like to trust him and believe him, and overall, he seems like a kid that I can trust. He's pretty good, and I've had no real problems with him at all.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm making you lunch, so you gotta wait. But Paul, be honest with me. Don't make me make this lunch, and then tomorrow you don't eat it.
Caring for 2 children under 2 is a feat and a half, especially since both of them need all mom, all the time.
No, you can't do that, honey. Where are you gonna go? Oh, Ashley, hold on a second. What? Wait a second. Ashley! Her jealousy is starting to kick in because she certainly sees, like now, that I'm spending a lot more time with the baby. Nice, you see? Nice. I'm getting jealous.
Christine is out of sight for only a split second, just enough time for Ashley to try out her new baby-in-a-bag trick.
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. It finally occurred to me that I was actually hearing a bag ruffle, and I went, hold on, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. It panicked because I was still breastfeeding and he was latched on good, and at the same time, I needed to get her out of that bag immediately. That's all I need, is you to suffocate in a plastic bag now. It just reminded me that as much as you're paying attention to one, you have to keep your eye always, or your ear, everything, on what the other one's doing at the same time.
The arrival of baby Matthew has left Christine overwhelmed and struggling with a difficult decision.
I've decided I'm going to most likely give up breastfeeding already. It's only been 6-7 days since he's born, but what I discovered a couple days ago was that I was breastfeeding, and I happened to look down at the milk, and I noticed that it was pink. I thought, that's interesting, pink milk. And then I realized, no, that's because my nipples are bleeding. Okay, ready? Because it's been very painful breastfeeding. Oh, you think you weren't fed at all? Even like the last 2 kids that I tried to breastfeed, it was the same thing. But I kept going for 2-3 months, and I feel like it literally did torture me. But the guilt of quitting, I couldn't, no, you couldn't do it.
The guilt is still there.
I'm not saying 100% I'm giving it up. I felt that way for the last 2 days, and I thought I'd made my mind up, but I'm just torn between the guilt of doing it or not doing it, really, at this time.
At 8 p.m., Claudio strolls into his warm dinner and is all ears about Christine's day.
It's gonna be a challenge with the 2 of them.
Yeah, you'll adapt.
Claudio's concern is overwhelming.
Feeling, and then sometimes I
Starting
feel
over
I
again.
need more hands.
Hey, you only got 2.
Claudio, have you heard about the newest craze? It's called fire. And oh, there's also this thing called the wheel.
He did make a comment to me yesterday. What do you do all day? And I thought I was about to kill him. There's floors to be washed, dishes to be done, diapers to be changed, kids need to be fed, and you have to play with them. I have a son, he needs me, drive here, give me money. I can go on and on.
Ash is getting jealous. Mom's response is every time hand up against her. That seems to me like negative reinforcement that is going to cause more problems.
A certain degree of sibling rivalry is inescapable because the arrival of the new kid always queers it for the one that was already there.
She needs to find the time when the baby is just sort of sitting in her arms, not eating, changing, and go and put the baby somewhere else so you can get the time alone with the 22-month-old so she doesn't have to smack anybody.
He really digs his heels in to that traditional role. And what do you do all day? I mean, come on.
I think he honestly doesn't know. He's never changed a diaper. He doesn't cook or clean. He also obviously doesn't realize how much more work 2 kids is than 1.
He looks like a guy with goodwill, and he would do some stuff
If she really laid it out.
Just hand him a list.
There you
Here's
go.
what you're doing today, buddy.
Sit down. Sit down.
Tonight, Claudio is off the couch and is helping out.
Move. Hold it there. That's it.
But after a long day, he's tired and he'll sleep anywhere.
Claudio, how come you're still in here?
Because I'm sleeping.
I know, but it's now 2 o'clock in the morning.
Hey, you're busting him.
No, I'm not busting them, Claudio. You can't stay in here. She's not gonna sleep if you start.
I'm in my room.
No, you're not in your room. You're in Ashley's room.
Get out of here.
Okay. Excuse me?
Get out of here.
Excuse me? Don't talk to me like that. It's very easy for me to be right back at you. Don't forget who cooks and cleans here.
And just when Christine thought her life was becoming a bit of a train wreck,
Just a couple of days ago, I was in a car accident where another truck driver came along and hit the side of my truck. Ever since the accident, I've noticed that I've had really bad headaches. And I've been having some pain in my neck and a little bit in my lower back. So it really helped having 2 kids to carry around and stuff, but unfortunately I have to do it. I'm gonna break my back here.
the past few weeks have been brutal on Christine, and she's feeling it.
It's not so much that I'm finding it tough, and don't get me wrong, like it is at times, you know, especially when they both need me and I want to be able to do so much for both of them at the same time. And it would be nice to have the help, but it's lonely a little bit too because stupid.
It's really sad that she's lonely, and she's not going to solve the loneliness perhaps with Claudio. She needs to get a friend over. She needs to join a mom's group, have a relative, someone to help her out because she can't take it anymore. She said, oh, it's stupid. She's not even validating her own,
that
you know,
I noticed
her own
too.
emotions and things like.
It's like I'm not allowed. I shouldn't be sad.
But I have, you know, 3 children. I've got this husband. I've got this home. That's probably what she's thinking. This is stupid. Why am I so upset? People do this every day. She should be upset.
And she was trying to hold back tears, but she couldn't help it. I think that's been that relationship since the beginning. What's different is that with the new baby, things are a little more shrill.
She needs the love of her husband. And I thought a really telling moment was when he fell asleep in the baby's room. And when he threw out a, like, get out of here, her rebuttal was, don't forget who cooks and cleans. That's the strongest she could fight.
Sunday morning, and surprise, surprise, Claudio is home.
I've been working a lot. I haven't been at home. When it's available, I take it. Because today is there and tomorrow might not be there. And plus to stay away from the wife a bit.
I don't think it's me. I think it's just because you've got 2 kids crying a lot, 2 kids need diaper change. So when he walks into that, he tends to get very nervous about it. He starts to cry a lot.
When he starts wailing. I go into panic mode and I get the wife, here, hurry up, come over.
Hand him right back to me again.
To me, it's a woman's job, like in the sense, and I'm not trying to offend anybody or my wife.
Wait a second, though. It's a woman's job.
I just think a woman is more natural instinct with handling more than 10 things at a time where men don't.
I don't have nothing to say. I'm just gonna laugh.
When he said, you know, women are better at multitasking, I think he honestly thinks that
He means it.
women are better at that
means
stuff,
it.
right?
He mixes in, he'll mess up. He does electrics.
What I took from that was her comment was she didn't take that as a slight or anything. She actually saw through it and said, I think it scares him. And, you know, he comes in and the kids are crying. And I thought it was really interesting and quite mature of her to realize that that's what it was about. There's a fear there that he needs to get over, that he hides behind.
So far, Christine has had a rough climb, but there's gold in them there hills because Claudio's beginning to realize that women's work is easily shared.
I have noticed him helping, like even cooking, not getting out and starting to cook, but if I'm in there, he'll get in there and help. And I'm like, are you the same person? Because you're doing more than usually. I'm getting concerned, maybe.
My job is like just going to work and trying to stay out of her business and try to help out when she's a little bit stressful.
With Claudio discovering his feminine side, Christine has time to visit her pals or make that co-conspirators. Christine has had 3 kids, and in her opinion, her womb is closed for business forever. But what about Claudio?
I hope you can get a vasectomy.
Yeah, but you know what's funny? He won't.
No. Oh, really?
No, and his best friend did it, eh? And I'm trying to tell him for all the labors and everything I've been through.
But don't they say, yeah, it's like a couple days and it's all over?
Yeah. It's a lot easier for a guy. See,
This ain't no Victorian tea party because Christine's friends aren't shy with their advice.
well, you know what? That might not be a bad idea.
So how long has
Say
it
no
been?
sex before, unless you get it done.
Don't tell him I said that.
Oh my gosh, but you know what? But you know what? Honestly, he's the kind of person that would say, oh, well, your loss. And it wouldn't be my loss.
My brother didn't want to do it, and you know what?
And if that doesn't work, there's always toys for boys.
She bought him a TV, one of those big screen TVs.
Oh, get out. Well, he
And
would
so
love
then he had
that.
to say to me.
gosh, that's so But you know what? I'd just rather do it myself than buy him a big screen TV by myself.
One thing I did want to comment on is the vasectomy deal making.
I like the no sex for the vasectomy deal making. I thought
Do you
that,
think
hey,
that's a
that
good
has
idea
worked
to
for
make
a
those
lot of
kind
my
of deals?
friends. Yes.
I'm a great advocate of vasectomy. Surgeons today are doing a non-scalpel vasectomy that does not require surgery. You're over it in 3 days, and it's unbelievable.
Claudio isn't the only one who's noticed the pressure on Christine. Her son Paul is wised up to it too, sort of.
Stressed a lot more now. I find go off on anything.
And he even tries to help.
Yeah, he'll definitely like help me with Ashley. He'll try to play with her, even if it's just for half an hour, just to keep her busy from me.
But he's at a loss for words when it comes to helping with baby Matthew.
Can't really talk to him or anything, so I haven't really gotten to relate to the baby yet.
That's just a little bit of an understatement.
I couldn't remember his name.
I guess that means no to diaper changes.
Okay, I want you to hold my hand.
Christine has had a lot to deal with these past few weeks. First the baby, then a car accident, now a rash of illness.
So I've had a lot of doctor appointments for the 3 kids. My son was really sick. Then my daughter got sick, and then I got sick, and then he got sick. So we all took turns going to the doctors, and so I've seen a lot of doctors. And then again today, he has a bad rash. It's actually a bleeding bum. Like it's the skin is actually missing.
This is clearly a fungal-based eruption,
is.
and you get some local inflammation. I would give you some kind of antifungal with anti-inflammatory cream, with the frequent diaper changes and cleaning, and also maybe try and leave the area open as well without the diaper. That might help a little bit as well.
Leave the area open without a diaper? Claudio could manage that one.
Great. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.
To Claudio and Christine, Sunday afternoon is family time. His family, of course.
Homemade pasta.
The original Wonder Woman, Claudio's mother. She cooks for sons, daughters, grandchildren, and anyone who shows up. So strap on your eating pants. No one leaves until the table is empty.
Your grandmother's not eating?
I'm sure she'll eat on the second shift.
It's a lovely way to spend the afternoon with some sugo, some vino, and a sweet treat for after. It's been 5 weeks since baby Matthew's birth, and Claudio's work schedule has been turned upside down.
It's been almost 2 weeks I've been working on this night shift.
And the cosmos must have shifted too, because Claudio has finally made it out of the 50s.
You know, like you can do things more around the house, help the wife out a bit.
Claudio, I'm leaving now, eh?
Where are we going?
Go play hockey.
You're gonna leave me home with the kids alone. First your mother, now you. Okay, go ahead. You're gonna see me commit suicide over here with 2 kids.
He's no Mr. Mom,
All right, have fun.
but at least he's trying.
It's a good thing for Christine, but it's not a good thing for me. I'm forcing myself to do more things, but it's taking a toll on me. Once I find out which is which.
And since Claudio is all modern and shiny and new, he's made a big concession.
I have no choice but to clean the diapers. I do it not to make the kids suffer in poopy diapers.
Yay!
Claudio! Claudio!
I'm so liking the new Claudio.
I am so liking him.
And it seems that maybe working these nights have made a real change. And I kind of made reference to that earlier, but they need a change to change things up. Now,
Right.
she didn't make the change. His schedule made the change, but it made a huge difference in how he's seeing things because he got to see what she's going through. I would
What
bet
she does all day?
I was going to say, I bet he doesn't say, what do you do all day anymore?
I could have cried watching that Italian dinner, especially when Ashley started wiggling around for presumably a grandfather with a harmonica. With those resources in place, they will have enough. I have a funny hunch that if Claudio keeps working like this, if he keeps injecting himself into the household, the guy's going to fall in love with it.
He's going to start to realize that, hey, I've been missing some good stuff here.
It's 6 weeks after the birth of baby Matthew. Christine is under the weather, and the all-new Claudio offers a remedy, along with his best De Niro impersonation.
You want a tea or something?
You'd make me a tea?
You want a tea?
You're gonna make me a tea.
I'll make you tea. You want me to make you a tea? If you relax, and I'll make you a tea.
This is one of those occasions when things came together, people with goodwill, low self-esteem on Christine's part, traditional beliefs on Claudio's part.
And we've talked
Yes.
before about having that baby really magnifies or whatever faults you might have because you're not getting enough sleep and everything's topsy-turvy and upside down. And I think that's what happened with the self-esteem issues and the real digging your heels on the macho side.
He doesn't want that.
Christine and Claudio are more of a team,
Let me burp her first, okay?
but Claudio has his limits.
If I say to you, okay, Claudio, right now, I'm going crazy, you know, I'm feeding him, I'm doing this, and you're just sort of sitting there watching TV, can you
helped.
feed him? That's sort of me directing you, and
but-
you will.
Yes,
you
I
will.
have help.
But if I told you, okay, start vacuuming,
No.
So the shag suffers, but our experts think one issue still remains.
I didn't see a lot of intimacy between them. And again, it's this thing, of course, there's a new baby, things are changing. But I think it's really important at some point for the couple to look at each other and go, oh, right, who are you again?
they are accurate, absolutely. They're, it's funny hearing it because then it makes you go, you know.
I
and-
disagree, but anyways.
You disagree? Are you kidding me? I do feel that even though we are together more, he's home during the day, you know, but it's about the kids during the day, absolutely, you know, and when can I get help? But for the two of us, we definitely need some time together, and I've actually suggested that we go away, just for a night thing or whatever.
I tend to disagree only because, I mean, we have kids, and this is part of life. I mean, and there's your ups and downs with these kids and stuff like that.
Yeah, but
and,
are we making an effort for each other?
But I mean, whatever time we have. I mean, when there is time, I think that's when you have to do it.
We've seen that they have a babysitting support network in place. They can get out.
Part of, you know, reconnecting or finding that time is to find a little joy with each other and to remember why it is you're together in the first place.
Next weekend, we're going to go out with another couple, and I'm so looking forward to that.
How do you feel?
Thanks. Well, not better yet, but thank you.
You're welcome.
And the experts have one more snippet of advice.
Maybe if she, compliments him enough about everything he's doing right, she can slip him that Saturday morning list. And on the bottom of the list is get a vasectomy.
Getting snipped? And actually, I've been thinking about it. This is a jack. This is one of the species of animals that we go for. This is a sharp-tailed grouse, and this is a Hungarian partridge. I shoot, I kill them, and then my mom plucks them, and we eat them.